everybody. Okay, hi guys, it's Rich with your Monday Spot in the Pagan Perspective. So, this week, this is like technique number 3 or 4, whatever it is. So, for first thing on the docket, I got these at a local sale. One is the Flip, one is the RCA Small Wonder. Once I figure out how to use these things, I'm going to do a couple videos with them. Please tell me what you think of them compared to my current system of having the iPad and uploading videos from there. So, that's done and over with. Next thing on the docket is the actual topic of the week. Well, yeah, we're not going to sit here and talk about cameras. So, yeah. This one comes from Caleb and is on religion as a blanket term. Caleb writes, I have noticed a lot of people have been using the word religion to make blanket statements about issues like gender equality and same-sex marriage, among other things. It seems like religious ideologies of the majority religions, like those of the Abrahamic faiths, are often presented as universal religious beliefs, when in fact they are not. Okay. I'm going to stop right there. I'm just going to put this out there. I'm not really a news-watching kind of guy. I don't have the time, I don't have the energy, I don't have the effort, and I don't want to worry about things I can't control. So, whenever it comes to the same-sex marriage, even as a gay man, I really don't care that much. I mean, do I think it's a good thing? Yeah, of course. Do I think it's something necessary for me? Not really. Could my views change in the future? Yes, I reserve the right to change all my views, either past, present, or future. So, that being said, I don't really have that many current event conversations based on religion. And I'm just going to put that out there so you guys have a basis of everything that is about to be said here. So, moving on. But, matter of fact, let me put it this way. This is about the extent of religious conversations that I have the majority of weeks, is whenever I talk to you guys. So, moving on. Have you seen this? And do we, as the pagan community, need to be more vocal when it comes to issues such as these? Excuse me. What can we do? So, like I said, I'm not a big news type person. I don't get involved in the news because, and I really thought about this in the last week because, somebody will say something at work and I'll be like, what are you talking about? And they're like, well, I can't believe you haven't heard of this. Heard about this. It was all over the news. I could give 2 craps less usually. Because if it's on the news, most likely, even if it's good news, most likely it's surrounded by a whole bunch of bad news that I can't do anything about, and I'm only going to stay up worrying about at night and get less sleep. I have enough things in my life to worry about. Watching the news and worrying about, something going on in another country that I have no control over whatsoever is none of my business. I'm just going to feel bad about them. I'm going to feel bad about myself being too fortunate and this and that, and it just gets too complicated. I worry too much about something I have no control over. However, do I think that we can control things within our own small communities as they are? Yes. However, I am not very involved in my own community. I know my neighbors, because, as they walk in and out of their doors, I know their names there, but if I saw them in a supermarket, probably would not notice them right off the bat. Just being honest. Now, having conversations such as same-sex marriage and gender equality, outside of work, I hang with a pretty small group of friends that I go to the flea market with and I sell with, or that I do business in general with. And we kind of see eye to eye on a lot of things. So, putting religion in a in a conversation isn't really a huge thing for us. It's not a big, is this right or is this wrong? The moral dilemmas of of our uh, our day and age. We don't really have conversations like that. We have conversations about what happened in our daily lives. And religion really doesn't take that much role in it. Now, whenever something happens to me, I think of it from a religious aspect because that's just who I am. But I don't really share it that often with people. You get where I'm coming from on this? Now, at work, keep in mind I'm a maintainer in the military. We don't really talk religion because there's two things you don't really want to talk about at work or any, good social environment, civilized social environment, I should say. And it's religion and politics. Yeah, we always break the politics ones because, who doesn't like their boss? Okay? But I'm not going to say anything bad about him, but there's some things that, yes, I can't agree with, and yes, there are some things I don't agree with. But he's my boss, and I will do what he asks. So, that's about the extent of our conversations whenever it comes to those two subjects. When we don't talk about religion because it's so touchy of a subject, you don't want to offend anybody. Yes, you can offend people with politics, but you know what? You can always agree to disagree with politics. Whenever it comes to religion, everybody has to be right, it seems. So we just don't talk about it, period. So that's the type of situation that I have at work. So as far as seeing the Abrahamic religions aspects on certain social issues, I really don't. I can see where you would assume that or where you see that from, because once upon a time, whenever I was involved in social issues like that, yeah, I did see it a lot, and I was the cause of some of it at one point in time. But nowadays, I really don't. I don't do it. I don't even get involved usually, only because it's not anything I can control. And if somebody wants to talk about it, then I'll freely talk about it. I don't care. It's just something I really don't discuss because it's not something on other people's radars, at least the people that I hang out with. So, what can we do whenever it comes to these types of issues? If you're comfortable in your paganism, your paganistic views, I would actually say to tell them, hey, I'm pagan, and this is why I believe this, and this is why I don't believe this. I'm a big proponent for, speaking your mind whenever your mind needs spoken, and I do it quite often even whenever it doesn't need to be spoken. But I digress. If you are comfortable with your religion to talk with other people about it, I would tell them. There are times whenever, if it does come up, I tell people, what about those people that, if I don't feel comfortable in that situation, then I'll tell people, well, what about those people that don't believe this? What about those people that actually believe this or that? What about them? And then I'll see where they go. I'll feel out the water. So it's all in how you want to approach it. Do you want to say, here's another view, and this is why they view it this way, and I'll give you this view, if you let me tell it. If you approach it that way, then you should be safe. If you approach it as, well, I'm pagan, and this is why I have to make you understand this, and you try to shove it down the throat, not going to happen. Most people will back off, they will clam up into a shell, and once you recoil back, they will attack you right back. So, don't come at them like that. I would come at them with, here's why, certain people believe this, and whether or not you believe it is fine. But this is why I believe what I believe. So that's where I'd put it. and I'd let that sink in for them. But this video is going to be long as hell. Car's going to beat the crap out of me, and I'm going to let you guys go. So I'll talk to y'all next week. Until then, have a great day and a better tomorrow, and may your ancestors be with you.